Twilight Tries to Have a Good Time by Local Medic Main. It's a beautiful day out. Birds sing in the distance, waves gently crash against the shore. A wonderful day to be out in the ocean. It's nice to relax with all her friends after all the friendship quests they've been through and the ludicrous work of managing a whole school. Twilight opens her eyes, spotting Pinky, Applejack and Rainbow Dash playing foosball in the water. Applejack and Rainbow start glaring intensely at Pinky because she won almost at least 50 times while they hadn't even won once. They tackled her, but Pinky slipped away easily and started running away as her two furious friends gave chase. Twilight let out a light-hearted snicker at her friend's shenanigans. Twilight's eyes move from the water and goes up at the shore and sees Rarity and Fluttershy chatting their day away while sunbathing under the sun, occasionally letting loose small bursts of laughter. She looks to their left, spotting the three little fillies that plead to them until their sisters brought them along. Twilight rolls her eyes as the thought passes through their head. She sees that they are building a large sandcastle. Sweetie Belle was shaping the castle with her magic. Scootaloo was bringing buckets of water from the sea to harden the sand, while Apple Bloom was doing her best decorating it. Twilight smiled at the three fillies working together. Twilight looks up at Celestia's sun up in the sky, letting loose a sigh, and then she closes her eyes, focusing on the relaxing feeling of her floatable ring bobbing up and down as waves roll by. Twilight wakes from her almost trance-like state after hearing something odd, a ukulele being played. While that in itself is not weird, especially at the beach, what is weird, however, is the fact that it seems to be coming from under the water. What the hey? Twilight muttered to herself after hearing the strange ukulele. Twilight opens her eyes, looking into the water, trying to determine where the sound is coming from. Twilight then notices a large, dark mass rapidly moving up from under the water. Twilight is frozen, both confusion and curiosity at what it could be. The large, dark mass submerges beside her, covering her in water, blinding her temporarily. While she is blinded, she hears a male voice singing beside her.
I conquered the pesky shark, the one haunting all my dreams. I watched the light leave his eyes, all while his parents screamed.
After Twilight recovers from her temporary blindness and looks up to see what's beside her, her eyes go wide as she takes in the strange view of Anon on top of a dead shark playing a ukulele while wearing a necklace of shark teeth. Anon? Why are you on top of a shark playing a ukulele while singing? Twilight looked at Anon, surprised at the fact he managed to kill a shark and was singing a song about it. Anon completely ignored Twilight and continued singing on top of his dead mount.
Now look at the world around me, the water is safe at last. Now I'm the one who's in charge, the fish about to be taxed.
Anon says the last part with a crazed look, staring right into Twilight's soul, boring right into it. She can feel her fight or flight reflexes kick in under the pressure. Anon! Don't look at me like that, you're creeping me out! Twilight backs away from Anon slowly. Anon's face visibly relaxes before continuing with his, as much as Twilight hates to admit it, nice song.
Under the sea, hey, under the sea, under the sea, at the beautiful sunny shore in the light sea, baby I'm free!
As Anon sang, Twilight could swear on Celestia's large bubble butt that she could hear ethereal voices singing alongside Anon. Anon! What did you do? Twilight asks him in fear as the ethereal voices sound more and more like him blending together as he sings. Anon disregards Twilight's comments and continued to sing without pause with his ever cheerful voice.
Spending the entire day on my prey, staring at this stupid shark's face. Now I'm just vibing, full time to chillin'.
Anon looked right at Shark's still dead face before folding his leg up, closing his eyes and resting his back against the shark's fin. Twilight honestly didn't know what to say or do as Anon continued to strum his ukulele, taking a small break from singing. Twilight looks at the shark's dead expressions and sees that all his teeth have been ripped out and is now hung around Anon's neck. Twilight takes a deep breath in and out, trying not to panic as the shark's blood pools on top of the water. Anon, how did you... Twilight is interrupted as Anon starts singing again.
I brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Anon finally stops strumming his ukulele, putting it at his side, finally finishing his song. Once he's done putting the ukulele, he looks at Twilight. You were asking? Anon smiled at Twilight smugly. One of Twilight's eyes twitches as strands from her hair start going into random directions, while Twilight's ears also start turning red as smoke bellowed from them. She takes a long, deep breath in and out, repeating the process 5 times until her ears are no longer steaming like a kettle. She looks at Anon. How did you kill that shark, Anon? And don't make up anything or I'll show you what my horn can be used for aside from magic, Twilight says in a warning tone. Anon lets loose a low whistle. Kinky, aren't you? But sure, I'll tell you how. Anon grabs a small knife from his pocket, throwing it hilt first at Twilight. I stabbed that shark to death, Anon said, as he leaned back, putting one hand behind his head and inspecting the other hand's nails. Twilight deadpanned at him for a few minutes before picking him up with her magic, then teleporting him and his ukulele to the castle. Twilight then vaporized the dead shark's body. She sank into her floatable ring and fell into a deep sleep, already tired from having to deal with Anon. Anon is teleported to the castle, falling bum first on the floor. Oh, I think I fell on my balls, Anon said before his ukulele fell on his head, breaking and knocking him out for the foreseeable few hours. A tired Starlight sits by a nearby table, watching Anon's now unconscious body, occasionally taking a sip from her coffee. I don't get paid enough to babysit an entire school, let alone a man-child, Starlight said to no one in particular before slamming her head on the table.